Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, folks, 4 hours. 4 hours. Let's get started. Got a lot to cover and a short time to get there. How's everybody doing, first of all? How are y'all doing? Now, we have one goal, and that goal is to set up, using our tools, a way to make some money. Would everybody go home with a smile if they made some money today after this Fed announcement? It's unique because I haven't done a Fed meeting like this in 4 years. 4 years. Right after the Fed announcement, I'm going to do 2 trades that people who've been with DTI a long time have heard me talk about in the past, a Corvette trade and a Model T trade. I'll be using futures for those 2 trades. Okay? So they're fast and furious, and that's just the way it works. Might do for the Model T, I might use stock options, okay? But the bottom line is, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all ready to go? People that show up late, they're going to miss out a lot, the way I look at it, you know? Risk involved in trading, past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, our schedule. From 12 to 12:30, I'm going to give you a short background on the Fed and the horse race setup that I'm going to be using. From 12:30 to 1:30, I'm going to talk. I got a deck to go through on the 25-cent trader, which is obviously a must-have if you're around me any at all. I wish it was named Fine Time for a Dime, because I really will put on a Fine Time for a Dime trade today. Okay? From 2 to 4, Corvette Model T trade, and anything else that pops on the screen. Does that sound like an action-packed afternoon? We'll take some limited breaks in here to give you time to think about things. And but the bottom line at the end of the day, I want you to learn, write down, keep notes. I don't know if I ever do this again, because this is a lot what we put on. But I got to tell you something. I was so excited. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning and wrote out this game plan. Let's get to the first part. The Fed. The last time it cut interest rates was March 15th, 2020. There was an unscheduled emergency cut triggered by COVID. Y'all remember those days? March 20th of 2020, what happened? It's known as the Fed put. The Fed came to the rescue of the market because it was going down, down, down. Okay? Rates ended up near zero. They did emergency lending to businesses throughout the country. They had loans to businesses because businesses were shut down and needed the revenue to be able to survive. Y'all remember those days? Yep, it was quite interesting when you think about things just on the surface. So, what can we expect if the Fed cuts rates? The cycle typically lasts anywhere from 6 to 9 months. The degree they cut is dependent on what happens, but actually, the economy, this is a little known fact, the economy, usually at the earliest sign, 60 to 90 days, is when it starts having what I would call, it gets through the system out to the people, about 60 to 90 days. The best effect of it's about a year down the road, okay? But that's what you got to look forward to, is a change in interest rate policy. Now, I got to tell you, the odds, looking at the CME watch list, has been at 63, 64 at its highest today. 63, 64. And I haven't checked it recently. I'll have Jonathan do that on the side and type it into the chat, but it's been out there. Here's what the futures did in 2020. Notice 30 days after the Fed started cutting, market was up only about 3.5%. This day and time, that's about a week of action, isn't it? 30 days later, 3.5%. 6 months later, it did pick up some steam, up 27%. Started moving higher 6 months later. Give you some idea once the cycle gets going into the system. Okay? Now, the horse race setup. These are 5 stocks that I've selected specifically for today. Berkshire Hathaway, TLT, GLD, XLK, and QQQ. Okay? TLT, GLD, XLK, and QQQ. These are the 5 stocks. We'll put it into the horse race. Now, Jonathan, how about you covering what you got up there and explain it to it in detail, the actual horse race itself?
The top left is a feature of our roadmap called the horse race. And it gives you bars, M for monthly, W for weekly, D for daily, R for reference bar, for how the stock is performing based off of that key open. So you can see there that gold, GLD, of those 5 stocks, that was Tom's Magic 5 from TNT this morning. GLD is the strongest stock for the month. Down a little bit for the week, day and reference bar though. That's how you read that. Berkshire is down for the month, but it's up for the week, day and reference bar. To the right is a horse race of the futures. And down below is a feature inside the roadmap called the dashboard. It's a very dynamic feature that will actually, I don't have it set to sorting in the snapshot, but it will sort your stocks for you, strongest to weakest or vice versa, based on the reference bar open. It's a good feature to use running the cash open. And we'll look at this live a little bit later.
So if you look at the market right now on the dashboard, you see technology, XLK, QQQ, NASDAQ, and crude oil have gone into the sell area. Just looking at the chart. See that sell zone there? Everybody see that? Okay, that's here at 12:10. All right. Now, what I'm looking for after the Fed, the expiration that I'm going to play is Friday, September 27th on the option I picked. I'll trade calls or puts. My price will go from as low as $1 up to $5 high. If I get in, I will set a stop of 25%, and I will do 2 contracts targeting 20 and 30%. The trade window begins at 2 o'clock. Any questions about this key metric that I'll be using today? This is for options on securities. So you know what I'm looking for now, correct? Okay. No questions about where I'm going. The only question is which one of the 5 will get our attention and whether it's up or down. Now, Jonathan, let's take a 5-minute break. When I come back, I'm going to do a deck on the 25-cent trader because I'm going to do a 25-cent trade before today's close, playing this Fed. So I want you to listen and get part of it. It's a long deck, but we'll go. It'll probably take me 40, 45 minutes to get through it. but it will give you some ideas about the power of what I'm doing in the 25-cent area. So Jonathan, set a clock for 5 minutes and we'll come back and resume.
I'm going to share my screen, Tom, for 5 minutes, and then we'll get yours sharing again after the 5-minute break. All right, Tom, let me get your screen sharing again.
Okay.
Should be good.
All right, let me get my chat and all that up there. All right, does anybody have any questions before I get in this slide deck? I won't be able to answer any questions once I start until I get through the slide deck. Anybody got any questions at all about the market or what we're seeing right now? We just finished the Genesis bar and the market went down, made lows, and is trying to reverse right now. A reversal takes place at today's pivot 5,700. Okay? Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, folks, elections around the corner, and I really believe in this program, the historic event that doubles, even triples lightning fast. Now, we have the days mapped out, and if you join, these predetermined dates are right in front of us. I already told you one of those days is today. There will be a 25-cent trade before the close today. Now, profits and performance shown are not typical to any one individual subscriber. We make no future earnings claims, and you may lose money, like in any trading. Most of the trades expressed are from the historical data, but a lot of them are from March 28th, 2024 to August 16th on live trade. We've had 48 total alerts with 33 wins. The average trade return is over 10% on the cycle. We cannot guarantee any future specific results. There's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. See our terms on the DTI homepage for more information. In trading, there will be losers. No black box miracle system prints out winning trades automatically. We wish there was, but there's not. The whole purpose of why I do this is to give traders an edge in the market. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. Now take a good look at that quarter. The concept of 25 cents, some people call it 2 bits, because it just might be the most powerful trading tool on the entire planet. And I mean that. You see, what most folks are paying high prices for options, $500, $1,000, even more to trade popular stocks like Apple, Nvidia, or Microsoft. This new way to tap into what I call some of the cheapest options on the market, trades that cost no more than 25 cents on options. 25 cents. This is a whole new approach to taking options and turning it into profits. Now, entering on these dates is the key. These dates are huge in the market. Today is one of those dates. Sometimes you see doubles, even triple in what feels like no time at all. Like the double we had last November, 104%. 182% in January. 214% in March. Folks, these are not, this is some pretty sweet stuff. Now, I don't like to brag on myself, but it's hardly my first rodeo doing this. In 1992, I was one of only 50 professionals in the world handpicked by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the largest exchange, futures exchange in the world, to receive my own Globex terminal. Oh, I learned so much. It was the front runner to electronic trading. No one that I've met in a long time had one of those 50 machines. And I was traveling around the country, so I ought to know. And I even helped manage the firm so successfully it eventually was bought out by the $1.3 trillion institution, Morgan Stanley. And while I kept the finer details of 25-cent trader under wraps until recently, a few of these trades, and you can type in there if you ever made a 25-cent trade with us, they can share it with other people. But I love it, and I've really gone from 25 down to a dime. I like find time for a dime. Like John from Idaho, he loves a 25-cent trade, especially if you got a small account. You can erase a lot of sins. My biggest day of the year occurred on that day the market sold off to 51.20. There's huge upside. I love the fact that I can trade more than a couple contracts. Makes him feel like Mr. Big. All right, John, you're growing all the time. Or Jim, he loves making money with the 25-cent trades, especially when they double, even quadruple. He had one that went 4 times what he paid. He's in it, he loves it, and he's sharing his story with you. Now, call us. 1 week ago, he bought a 25-cent option. Next day, closed it for $1.25. That's 5x. Now, if you're trying to guess the opportunity behind these trades, hang tight, because we're not talking about trading penny stocks, not talking about risky earnings plays, not talking about trading complex spreads, naked options, or anything like that. As a matter of fact, each and every trade example we share with you could have been taken in any regular brokerage account. Trading most basic form of call options available. Sometimes we do puts. But as long as the 25-cent trade is set the day before one of these events, today is one of those events. And well, that's when the magic happens. So here we go. You see, for the longest time, I refused to mess with these type options, especially buying calls and buying puts. And that's because these type of speculative options typically lose money. But due to our research and the discovery led by myself and the real-time experience of using these, I said I had to share it. My whole perspective shifted 180 degrees. That's because only trading 25-cent options are very specific, predetermined date. Typically, there's about 5 on an ordinary month times a month to do it. That's okay. We have a shot to jump in before them and double, even triple in a matter of days. Now, like back in January, if you're looking at charts, the S&P was out of the bear market and roaring higher. Mid-January at new highs. Folks left guessing if the breakout would stay. What happened? Now, spend all your time drawing chart patterns, calculating Fibonacci's. Y'all know how to do that? Or reading through the endless inflation reports, trying to guess what would come next. So on January 10th, none of that mattered. It was a key date, January 10th, a predetermined date marked down on the calendar. Now, as long as someone took 30 seconds to place that trade that day before the markets closed, a basic call option would have worked. Simple call up. If you know how to do that, you qualify for this. You could have bagged a nice triple-digit winner, 194%. As great as that is, it gets even better. We've expanded our knowledge base. We're ready to run. Come run with us. Because the very next day, January 11th, was marked on the calendar too. You only needed 23 cents per contract for this one, and here's what came. 264% gain, folks. You see these things explode, and you go, whoa! That could have been enough to triple an investment on one trade that wouldn't have cost folks hardly anything to get in on the play. Now, say someone started with a small $500 investment. Don't need a giant account to do this. Well, after a handful of days, anyone could have cashed out with a $2,293 profit. Do the math on that one. That might not sound like a lot of life sum of cash, but that's definitely no chump change either. As a matter of fact, the average Joe only brings about $63.98 each month, and that's pre-tax. Meanwhile, the average monthly expenses U.S. has gone straight up. I mean, I didn't know this. Did y'all know that coffee's up 69%? I'm a big coffee drinker. Now, sitting at a whopping $78.75 each month. Now, according to this, the average American starts out each month $14.77 in the hole, using basic numbers, averaging the two. going that way. You need to go this way. Here's your chance. But with these back-to-back 25-cent trades, you've got a little bit of extra help. 194% and a 264% gain. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. And that's $2,293 profit only after taking 2 of the trades that month. Here's what it looked like in January. Not bad. Pretty good when you say $500 in and out, including 4 triple-digit wins. By now, you're probably wondering, what am I doing? What are the predetermined dates your team has uncovered allowing these 25-cent trades? Picking the right day, picking the right event. I'm here today in the Fed because this is the right event. I get into all the finer details on how they work in just a moment. We'll get a handbook of password-protected days where you plan out the rest of the year and next year in these predetermined dates. And a bonus setup that costs less than 25 cents. That's what we'll probably do today. But before we get there, I must be straight. I'm typically not a directional swing for the fences type trader. That's because, as you know, and I've just showed you, in trades, you have winners and losers. And even the best people that go for the home run sometimes take big and frequent losses. Now, if you know me, I like worrying about risk first. I don't like taking big risks. That's why I built my career as focused on high accuracy opportunities day in and day out with my usual approach targeting 10 to 20%. Like this week, we already had 4 of 5 great trades. Today's Wednesday. We're going to have some more. This week ain't over. And that's how I help some of my top students reach jaw-dropping goals from our various research programs. Here's some of the best stories. I love these stories. Manny, just let you know I've had my 5th win in trading, 135% return on his investment. He thinks I'm the greatest and most patient. Way to go. I don't leave anybody behind. Laura tickles me pink. Listen to Tom put money in your pocket even on these crazy days. Yesterday, she had 9 trades, all winners, total of 2,200. She learned how to do it. Some of the basic things she learned from me. Or Denise. She's been very fortunate so far. She had only winning trades. She learns every time. Important point. Educating herself. Up until now, shooting for 10 to 20% profits over and over again with an incredibly high win rate has been my bread and butter. But today, let's move all that stuff aside and let's focus on hitting some home runs. Who likes to hit a home run? Clean the bases. Today's our day. You see, thanks to these predetermined dates and my team, we found a method that can simultaneously help give us the safety of these high accuracy style trades, while at the same time giving us an unlimited upside on these short-term moves. Combination of a win rate plus the upside in our back test has shown the power to scale even a small account quicker than anything else I've seen before. And simply following along with these predetermined dates listed on the calendar right there, the 25-cent trader tells you when, tells you how, and they're extremely fast. You don't have to wait a long time. Like the 25-cent trade opportunity in January. Well, most people are probably searching the internet to see expert opinion on what was going to happen. You didn't have to do that. I'm live today with you on what the stock market's going to do. I'll show you. Anyone with their hands on the calendar could have ignored all that nonsense. January 17th. January's hot. 10th, 11th, and now the 17th. Glanced at the 17th date. Clicked a few buttons on your phone. 101% gain within 24 hours. Now, this is not hard work, but it's time to pay attention and take notes. Just check the calendar, place a trade on these key reports or key events like today. As long as the trade was entered on a date listed on your calendar before the market's closed. You know, there's 8 Fed meetings a year. This is one of them. It's probably the most important Fed meeting we've had all year. You could have completely ignored the media, tuned out the herd, just relax and get on the right side. This is why we're talking about it. Get involved. Then maybe walk away to spend some time with your grandkids, gone fishing, golfing. Everything worked out. Watch the initial investment more than double within 24 hours. $2,500 in that case would have turned into $5,045. Now I keep talking about these predetermined dates. How to get it the exact minute to get in and lock in what could be double, even triple gains over and over. Well, that's definitely what we're aiming for. I have to remind everybody, nobody has a magic 8 ball. No one can predict the future. Just like with any strategy, there will be winners and losers along the way. Never bet the farm on any one setup. Use that level betting that we teach. That said, there's a reason I tell my students to only take the 25-cent trades on specific dates. Take a look at this eye-opening graph. Okay? Right now, if you look at the market, it's basically unchanged. But today, that's going to change. How do I know? I know this report's going to do it. That's what history has taught us, and we got to be ready. When you look at the S&P percentage movement every day for the past 10 years plotted on the chart, the majority of those plots are inside, not moving at all. Each individual dot represents a single day. Now, between the lines, the market moved less than 1%. If you stop right now, that's where we'd be. But we're not going to stop right now because it set your watch by 2 o'clock, here we come. Outside these two lines, you got an opportunity. I will help guide you through that. But outside those two lines is where the money lies. Those are the days when the S&P moves 1% or more. As you can see from just a quick look, the stock market's flat about 70% of the time. Explains a lot, doesn't it? That's because most of the time in the S&P 500 is not a ton of market moving action. That means about 7 out of the 10 trading days, the market's stagnant. That's when you're an option seller. A lot of people try to buy options in all their trades. You've got to be flexible. You got to learn this technique. Options are eating time decay and you're paying for it. In fact, 76% of those options are going to expire worthless after you put it on if you don't know what you're doing. That's why if you've been trading or investing for a while and struggling to make consistent profits, not your fault. Markets barely budgets 7 out of 10 days. Not because you're a bad trader, just because you're uninformed. The problem is the majority of the time the stock market barely moves. That's what crushes most trading accounts. However, if you're able to hone in on these key dates, you'll unlock a gold mine. I'm going to show you how it works. And as you'll soon see, these dates, when we see some of the biggest moves in the stock market, are not random. They're programmed. In fact, they're all predetermined weeks in advance on a calendar, just like that one. And it's one of the predetermined dates we've seen these inexpensive, dirt cheap options double, even triple, sometimes overnight. Just like in February, the biggest payday we've seen so far from these 25-cent trades. Keep in mind, in February, things weren't actually looking so great. That's because for months, Wall Street had been baking in interest rate cut. Well, guess what, folks? The day finally arrived. Fed had other plans. They stayed tight. Everything got crushed because they thought interest rates were going to be lowered sooner. That's the news that would make you want to sell your stocks. But anyone who had the calendar with the February 21st date circled probably would have been loading up as many of these 25-cent trades as they possibly could. Because sure enough, the very next day, you had a 391% gain, a huge overnight splash. Now, again, that's the biggest one we've seen so far from the study, and remind you that no strategy is perfect. There's going to be some big wins, small wins, and losers along the way. That's just how trading works. But today, we're not holding anything back. We'll share with you every detail behind the complete back test, all the live trading we've done, and how I have no doubt you will like this approach to picking up the change. Because thanks to a monumental shift on Wall Street right now, you'll see these actually 25-cent trades become even more reliable than ever before. In a minute, I'll share exactly what I'm doing to prepare. But first, let me explain what's really going on. You see, every month, here's the reports, are published by the U.S. government. There's 5 in total. Plus, you have Fed announcements and certain earnings announcements. You've probably heard of some of it, CPI, PPI, I always highlight it, GDP, PCE, unemployment, all these are big reports. These reports are published in the mornings before the opening bell, so you're shut out after the markets move. And that's why you have to do it the day before. They set up the most lucrative trading days we've seen all along. That's why today is special. On the day with the Fed announcement, I'm going to show you how to navigate the direction. So by placing a quick 25-cent trade one day before these market moving reports hit the press, you sit back. Sometimes they even triple. I love those. For example, take a look at the next one, marked on calendar February 28th, 21 cents. We got a little cheaper there. That's where I'm headed toward fine time for a dime. That next morning, just before the stock market was open, the jobless claims report was published. Off we went, shot higher, get paid. Gotta love it. Now, if you'd been invested in straight S&P, you'd still made money. Not as much. Using options to leverage this idea is how you make some big dollars. Anyone taking my 25-cent trades with the same starting stake could have seen 2,381 versus that 150. 16 times better than buying the share, and only 1/20th the cost. Now, based on what the beta tester and everything that we've done, it's not challenging buying a call, buying a put, but knowing when, how to enter, the time of day, all that stuff is the key criteria. Like Tina and Peggy, they've been in my 25-cent program. They like it for new traders. It's easy to get in, easy to get out, and they say they're usually profitable. Tim said, low risk, highly profitable, and easy to understand. Here's another example. March the 6th, Zach Case. Mark your calendar. On March 6th, folks didn't have much confidence what direction we're going in. Everything was losing steam, falling north of 1% on that day. And I'm sure a lot of folks would have steered clear from the stock market on an ugly day like that. But we're not like most people. We're always going for that edge. If you've been with me any time at all, I will show you how to navigate through these ups and downs. 25-cent trader before the market's closed on March the 6th. For the report, it came out, maybe went out with somebody had dinner, did something else the night before. When that opening bell rang the next morning at 8:30, another 134% gain. And these gains are huge when we hit. Now, typically we get a handful of these major economic reports each month. Each one has their own tradable opportunity. In fact, the dates are so powerful, they make up almost all the opportunity in the stock market. Look at this next chart. Everybody see that chart? That's the bull market we've been in. Let me take it down and describe it to you how powerful these reports are. You don't realize it until you do the following. Those are the dates the reports came out. Everybody see that? Remove those dates. Then look at your trend. Notice what happens from that unstoppable bull to nothing. That's why people lose money. They're trading options long and, when they should be staying out. As you can see, trading outside these predetermined dates is a dangerous game, and you're going to lose money. 76% is, according to the exchange, expire worthless. But by only isolating these explosive dates, we turn it on its heels. That's where the money's made. Now, I've developed a special calendar with all these dates mapped out, plus the critical information on how to do it. Be part of our team, join us. And then all that's left to do is take that quick trade on dates shown if you want to. Just like what happened back on July 26th, 54.5%. Or December 20th, 152. Or May 24th, 334. You got to love those. In that case, a small $2,500 stake. Think about it. You got $2,500 to get you started, and you roll it, you make $10,867. That's 4 times. You won't be a small account long if you learn the art of trading the 25-cent trader. Now, that's not retire on the spot, but you're in the right direction. It would definitely be a nice buffer to help things out. Maybe paying off a car loan, planning your next vacation, just saving for a rainy day. Maybe some serious cash needs coming your way. I have to admit, seeing that actual power of these predetermined dates on the chart really came home when I saw it for the first time. And it's foolish to trade any other way, especially if you're buying calls, buying puts. But now You might be wondering, can I go ahead and pick any option out every time one of these dates pop up? Of course, you can't. There's certain criteria I'm going to teach you. I did the work. Let me show you how it works. It'd be that easy. Anybody could do it. My team and I developed a very strict set of criteria, when to go and when to hold. That can give us that edge on these market moving days. We filter out a lot of information to get to our final point. That's the beauty of it. Sort through it. We find the right option, right expiration date. Then we set the trade with outlined profit targets and stop loss levels. And that may sound like a lot, but honestly, it is a lot of work. But we find all the options that qualify, narrow it down, and pick the one or two options that we get into. Following along with the trade is no more difficult. It's simple. I'm straightforward. I don't leave you behind. We're very basic how we do it. It also works for a 401k and IRA and any regular brokerage account. Now, let's get started. Especially when we get closer to election, these huge market moving events will multiply. You can tell that by the VIX, which was down at 14, is now up at 17 and rising. Volatility is about to increase. It's going to make these low price options zoom, be part of it. And from the private trade alerts with the students, we've outperformed the testing so far. That's what I love hearing. Monica said, I love your 25-cent option plays. They are affordable, quick to produce, and usually give 100% profit. Thank you, Monica. Doug said he got 400% on his low risk potential high. Anywhere from there, you'll be happy. David had never lost one. It's quick, clean, and straightforward. I know those are incredible stories. They're not typical, but I bet you will be writing those love letters when you join. I can't wait to hear from traders like you to join a giant shift on Wall Street that firmly went this way. These options that expire daily created the opportunity, and you can't afford to miss out this time. It's timely. Today's the time. Now, in a minute, I'll share exactly what I'm talking about. First, be on the next 25-cent trade, get access to your password, plan your schedule. Now, let me hear from you right this very minute. Today, you'd be one of the ones to join us today while I'm live on this Fed meeting. First time I've been on a Fed meeting in years. We call it Tom Busby's 25-cent trader. This is the only place in the world I know that does this. I like being different, right? I like doing things that Wall Street doesn't do. I like putting you in situations that allow you to use your hard-earned dollars where the odds are in your favor, shooting for the next double, even triple. Once you claim one of these discounted spots, expect one or two of these on average every week. That'd be from the same economic events I've been highlighting all day long. I'll recommend these to anybody that wants to learn to trade simple options. Inside the alert, you get everything. You get the ticker, you get the place, you get the time. I'll walk you through it. The date, everything's laid out for you. The details, the price, all that. Plug it in, saddle up, trust the analysis, let it work for you. Learn the option criteria through the videos I've done, and that's all you do is copy trade. If you like what you see, take it. What would be a next great win? Just like the trade example from January 31st of this year, 180% gain. 25 would have turned into 4,500. I love it. Of course, this exit alert as well, we set that up. When it's time to close out, you're never guessing what to do with this option. And make sure you always get instant access to the signals. I have a special Telegram channel. We also do cell phone alerts and emails. That way, whether you're at the beach with friends, out on the range, one of my expos that I do, had a lot of fun this summer, didn't we? You never have to miss out. You just want to place the trade before the market closes, if you choose, and then you're all set. That brings me to the next piece of your membership. It's designed with very specific entries so you can plan how much you want to risk. You know where I'm going to get out. I teach you that. The profit goals, all that's known. Nothing's hidden. That way you're always shooting for optimum gains while avoiding holding on to losers way too long. That's really a big benefit. Automatic exit plan. You get a whole briefing on how to do that, how to exit, when it's right and when it's wrong. That way you set the trade, go do what you ever want to do and let it work. Not just that. I know some of you are newer to trading, maybe never traded options before. I've got a whole course put together to teach you. First of all, rest assured, I don't leave anybody behind, no matter how new you are. No spreads, contra on anything. This is straight call, straight puts. That said, the special trade will teach you options all the way from the rookie level to the pro level. If you go through my Option Made Simple course, it's right there, ready to go. There's no reason I've included this in-depth training. I want you to be educated. You see, since the 2020 pandemic, these are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, Wall Street's going to come into this sector and they're going to take out the elasticity of these options eventually. Not yet, it's still there. Reminds me of the early days of my Globex. And these predetermined dates have only gotten more powerful as time goes on. Now, I think Wall Street's got it figured out. That's why you're seeing them leverage these short-dated options at a rate like any other time in history. Now, most folks have no clue how to use these highly leveraged options. But as you'll see in the training, these dirt cheap options are the key ingredient to our 100% thing. We don't pay more than 25 cents. So you know if I'm going to risk $100, you're going to buy 4. Simple math. And I'll show you how to plan to use them to target doubles and even triples on these predetermined dates. Students absolutely love it. I got more love letters about this program than anything I do. Why is that, I wonder? They love it. What I love is the 25-cent options, the small account friendly. Small players can become big accounts, great reward. Or Bruce said, in less than 24 hours. And I think this is going to be one of those less than 24 hours. Put it on this afternoon, tomorrow. Sue said it best. Thank you for the 25-cent trader. It's a lot of fun. Love the wins. Keep them coming. Why? Who? Honestly, the 25 trends are so good, I think the new membership could go as high as I want to place on it, maybe even more than 10. And tonight, here it is. Introducing Find Time for a Dime, my favorite part of the 25-cent trader. I've discovered a new category of options are even cheaper than the 25 cents, many as low as 10 cents. Included a few of these alerts with the 25-cent trader. So far, so good. We've seen wins like 30% gain, 35% in 2 days, 122 the same day. Oh, that was the best ever. And now I'm confident I can sell Find Time for a Dime as a separate program. But if you buy today, it will be included as part of this one. I'm including 25-cent trade for free for elite members who join tonight. But what you're thinking on the price of elite members today could be $6,997. All the energy, time, and effort we put in our training, all this is worth that, maybe twice. Let's have some fun. Cut the price in half, $34.97. But hold on, it gets even better. Right today, I have 3 special bonuses I lined up for early access members. Elite members discount. Bonus number 1. The discount, anyone takes action in the next few minutes right here in this room, which means I'm going to knock $1,000 off the standard price. That's right, $1,000 off. I'd be starting to go to dropping it. So if you ask me, $34.97 1 year is a heck of a deal, but $24.97 for 52 trades is a steal. Adam, drop the link, baby. Drop the link. Here it goes. If you're one of the elite members, you won't even run you $24.97. Before I get there, the 10x value guarantee. Follow along. Take the trades with real money or just paper trade them. Totally up to you. If after you've been with me, it's not working for you, decide the gains just aren't up to par or the education is advertised, no problem. If I'm not meeting 10x the value of what you paid for, call our team. We'll refund every penny of your membership cost. And you can even keep the trading calendar. That's how confident I am you're going to absolutely love the opportunities created in the 25-cent trader. That brings me to the final bonus. To hit the ground running faster you ever imagined, here it goes. The first 50 trades are on me. 25 cents, $25 a pop. I see where they're going. Well, in order to get you up on your feet, starting to lap ahead of everyone else, your first 50 are on us. 50 trades, $12.50 off. Taking the cost down to incredible, affordable, $1,247 first year deal. Oh, give me a break. They have taken this price way down to $12.47. Wow. Yes, if you want to buy another year and you're already a member, you can. Now, but the deal is only good for the members who jump in right now. No hesitation. You wait too long, you'll be on the outside looking in. Do not procrastinate. You know you can't procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Take one of the discounted memberships right now before they pull it off the board. Go to dtitrader.com. I want to see you type it. dtitrader.com/25cent. Or call 904-416-1776 and press 1 if you got any questions. Click the link in the chat. There it is. Special surprise when you do. We've been testing it ready. It's ready to go. It's hit the ground running. We're less than 2 hours away from making this trade. And after trying it out with my own money, it's pretty explosive. There's where I did one intraday on a big day that was moving. 25 cent in, out at 49. Worth about 11.66. You have the opportunity to jump in on the next one today, this very week. I can tell you right now, I will focus on a 10-cent trade at near the close. The 25-cent trader will be new, ready to go on this Fed day, on this historical day when they cut interest rates. Now, once you join, let me warn you, do not close the next page. After you order, you're going to be given a special opportunity to lock in for life at an outrageous discount. Wow, they made that. For just $1,000 more or less than the price of an additional year, you lock in unlimited VIP access to my 25-cent trader. But like some of my people have said, all the love letters they sent in, every time we do one of these, I can see them getting excited. They love how quickly they can make up for lost ground with this kind of discount. 4X, 25-cent trade, like Dave said, makes everybody smile. I love what Patrick, the greatest trades of his life in a small account. Have an edge, have some fun doing it with me. And as Brian said, maybe he gets his golf game. He's got more money to play. And many more stories just like those. Go ahead and upgrade your 25-cent trader membership to VIP. Special surprise, the 25-cent trade now includes Find Time for a Dime. Today it does. Let me explain. Let me answer some common questions. How much money do you need? Well, if we do a dime, that's a $10 option. If we do 25 cents, that's a $25 option. Worst case would be $25. That means you only need about $25 per contract, and you set how many you want to do. Will every trade be a winner? Of course not. No strategy wins 100% of the time, but playing at this level, playing this way gives you a lot of opportunity to catch some fish. But according to my tests and things, we've been extremely profitable for folks who follow the discipline that I teach you to follow. Should you be worried about more downside? No, you can go both ways with this. That's the beauty of it. You're not holding it for long periods of time. We're leveraging these options on these major events. Can you trade an IRA or 401k? Absolutely. It's retirement account friendly. If you're using a normal account, you're already set. Any regular brokerage does the trick. What's the 25-cent trade? Hey, you'll be with me when I take that break and say, let's do it. I'm only sharing that information with today's founding members. Become one. Pretty good, huh? Now, how can I see all the predetermined dates that make 25-cent options so explosive? Click the link in the chat. You will get it. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. Don't miss the new trade. It's not this week, it's today. Go to dtitrader.com/25. I'm going to take a 10-minute break, put a deal up, get joined. I'll get you set up and ready to go. You'll be in our database when I send out the trade. It'll happen in the last hour of the day. After the Fed speaks, we'll do the trade. I already got it identified. I just got to wait for the proper time, the last hour. Any questions anybody has outside of the ones? Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. We're going to put a clock up at 10-minute break. So 12:58, right on schedule. Get joined. Let me know you're excited as I am to be part of it, and you will love it. Find time for a dime day. Yes, Rochelle, you can join as a VIP if you're a current member. Yes. Talk to Barbara at DTI Trader, Andraka at DTI Trader. Talk to him. You can. I can't believe, I've done these Fed meetings so many years. It's just natural to be able to do it. And what a day to do it. What a day to join this program. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Zumi. You're perfect because you're not going to have any bad things to unlearn. I will show you step by step, okay? It will not be too fast. Step by step, I'll show you how that works. We got great videos to help you. Great videos. But you're the perfect candidate because I can teach you the right way to do it. Hey, let me ask you a question. Would you rather than lose all the money I had to lose to learn this, to learn from me where you don't have to lose that money? Think about it that way. I mean, this is a tough game. Let me show you how to make it work for you without you having to go through the school of hard knocks. Or to have a slide that says that. Did anybody notice the shirt color I'm wearing today? Did anybody notice the short shirt color? $18 years of trading the Fed. I decided to wear DTI blues, reference bar blue. Karen noticed, absolutely. You know, get joined. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Be part of what I've created. This is such a great program. Goodness gracious, such a great program. Hey, Chris, and the horse you rode in on, pal. My buddy Chris is here today. You back from Colorado? All right, Benjamin, I would go to Tasty Trade. Okay, they'll take care of you. He'll put a link in there. He'll put a link in there that gets you right through. Mac, I don't know. I think it's 1247 if you want to be part of the first year deal. 1247, Mac, right there on that slide. Click that link, get joined. Where you from, Mac? No problem, Benjamin. Got my attention. Oh, Pennsylvania. Yes. Do you have VIP, new bar? Do you have VIP? If you upgrade to VIP, a current member, they'll take it today. Only today, though. If you want to go VIP. After today, I don't know if I'm going to offer Find Time for a Dime inside this program. I'm just going to tell you, I'm thinking about it awful hard. I saw it on the slide. I said, I'll do it today. So take advantage of it today. That program's worth $2,000 minimum. Find Time for a Dime. I'm going to do Find Time for a Dime today. That's my plan. I hope everybody's excited as I am. It's going to be a heck of a next 2 hours. Actually, no, another 3 hours, right? I've covered a lot of stuff in part one, the setup. Now the 25-cent trader. When we come off this break, we're going to start analyzing, interpreting, and executing. But I want to give everybody a chance to join before we shut it down. So take some time, get signed up right now. Jonathan, since I'm ahead schedule, given another 5 minutes to get joined, I'm gonna go get me something cold for the second part of this presentation. Okay.
Sounds good. 8 more minutes.
All right. I'll be right back. Hey, John, if I didn't mess up the projection, did it? Because I had to move it.
Not at all. I got my screen sharing now, Tom.
I'm good. I'm good then to move mine.
Yes, we got my screen sharing. We can share yours again whenever you want, but for now, it's my screen.
Perfect. It blocks, the reason I have to do that, it blocks all my key criteria, and I got to dance in a little bit. I want to make sure I can dance. I got to hear the music. How many in the 25-cent trader enjoyed the presentation? James, put your email and phone number, and one of the people will get a hold of you. Make sure you get the VIP, okay? Type your name and put your email and phone number, and that somebody will call you and make sure you get it. I know you want it, so do that, will you? James, Jonathan C. James, make sure you got his name. There he is. Give that to somebody to follow up. He wants to go VIP. Hector, thanks for saying that. Really enjoyed my presentation. So far, part one, part two, we're getting ready to do part three pretty quick. Jonathan, make sure you get Marilyn. She wants to join. Robert wants to join. Adam needs some help. There's so many people trying to join. Nobody's picking up the phone. Thanks, James. See that, Jonathan?
Hey, Marilyn, we'll get you connected with a DTI rep as soon as possible, right away.
Newbar, talk to Kelly Barber. She'll work it out for you. Yeah, the Fine Time for a Dime is going to be a program. I'm going to take it to a different level. And the Fine Time for a Dime, for those new people today, that is a special bonus. You'll get it included in this one if you buy today. Right. James, I think that they're working on getting your email confirmation of the VIP. Jonathan, somebody's working on that. He wants to make sure he gets it.
Yeah, James, we'll get you help.
Mike, for right now, yes, but I've got to look at it closer. So for temporarily, yes, I'd say. You like it, huh? You like that Fine Time for a Dime. I do too. Right, James, today. That's right. How many people like it when I include or I do the Fine Time for a Dime? How many people love those 10-cent trades? Mike, yeah. Karen, Barbara, David, Mark. Yes, they're incredible. Eric says their favorite. Is that just because of the news, Edwin? Ever since Apple, Lynn loves all my trades. Love it. All right, we're up. Jonathan, let's go to a live market. Let's stay on pace. It's 118. Showing the setup, we'll be looking at the live market with.
Here's that
Once
horse.
you go through it and evaluate the live market, and then I'll add to what you have to say, do it by ticker.
Here's the horse race setup we showed you earlier. Right off the bat, if you look at the chart over here, it's the S&P futures. That orange line is Tom's pivot for the day. Slightly above it right now. At the top left are the 5 stocks we're looking at: Berkshire, TLT, GLD, XLK, QQQ. Off the current reference bar, you can see Berkshire is leading the way. If you look at these reference bar columns. Over here is the futures, S&P futures, Dow, or NASDAQ, excuse me, Dow. Notice they're all in December contract now for all your futures traders. Crude oil, November contract, gold, silver, and bonds. NASDAQ looks like it's slightly leading the way here off the current reference bar. Down here on the table is our dashboard. It is not set to sort. I've got the 5 stocks: Berkshire, TLT, GLD, XLK, QQQ, our futures, and I'll take off Caterpillar and IWM down here.
Hey, let's go over to QQQ. If you look up there on the QQQ, you see that the daily is red. Everybody see the daily's red? Wow. Deborah says, I thought your 25-cent trades were out of this world. Then you came up with a fine time for a dime. And as usual, far outdid yourself. There's no one who can compete with you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's awful nice to say. But anyway, if you look, the QQQ's red on the daily. What would turn the QQQ positive on the daily? You got to know how this works. Jonathan, explain what would turn the QQQ positive on the day.
Well, the day open for the QQQ is the cash market open at 9:30. If we loaded in a chart, I'll double click on the QQQ down here on the table. That will update the chart. And with the roadmap here, you can uncheck the RB box at the top of the metrics. And that's not going to the right reference bar. For some reason it's pulling. I probably have to restart my roadmap, which we're not going to do, but it will usually.
You can restart if you want to. We got time.
Okay. For now, I'll just tell you that the reference bar open this morning was 470, 470. I'll draw a line there. Right there.
That's why it's red though, folks.
And Tom is referring to up here on the horse race, the daily bar is red because we're below that daily open. But let's see. We throw the NASDAQ futures in there and uncheck that box. You can see we're basically right at the futures open last night. Still, here's the cash open this morning. The futures open last night was 19,686, which we're basically right at. A little bit below, but for all purposes here, we're basically right at the open last night. Now, if we want to see what's leading right now off the current reference bar, Genesis, the European close here, the white reference bar, I can, of the stocks and futures we have in the table over here to the left, I can right click on the table, scroll over horse race sort, and change it to net open percent descending. That's going to throw our most bullish stocks at the top, according to the most recent reference bar. So as a percentage change off the current reference bar open, looks like Berkshire is leading the way. Let's load in a chart of that. There's Berkshire. Bonds, top futures market. is trending higher off the reference bar. I mentioned earlier, this is a very dynamic feature. You see the background of the chart is red. We map out a key pivotal range from the prior day from 3 to 3:30. That's this range stated right up here. And if bonds will need to get above 126.29, if they did, the background of the chart would actually go green. But that was at the end of the day yesterday, that pivotal range. It's really used for trading and getting analysis and pivotal points here as we go into the overnight markets, but we can still use it today. And it's just wanted to let you know that's why the background of the chart is red, because we're below that range from yesterday. And of course, if we look up here on a horse race, bonds are down for the day and the week. What's the daily open? We can uncheck the reference bar. We opened last night at 126.24. And then the week open is 126.21. So bonds are strong off the current reference bar. They're also making a new high for the day on the cash market. For the week, though, they'll have to get above 21 to get back positive for the week. Just out of curiosity, Tom, early this morning, the Fed watch tool we posted had a 63%, and we checked it before we went live this morning. It was 61%, and then we checked it while we were live this morning. It was 59%. So let's go check to see what it's at now.
See what it is.
And now they got it back up to 63%. Half percentage cut. Okay. So it's been moving around a little bit today.
It's interesting. It's interesting. The market was selling off, Jonathan. We're down about 56.85. I wonder if the Fed started leaking, we're going to go a half, and it came back up on that news because bonds also hit a low about the same time, didn't they?
Yep.
Gold, everything did.
Yep.
That's very interesting. This Fed watch tool is a pretty interesting tool, totally free just to follow. And the other thing, the VIX, which was down 14, is now down 29, which would argue they are going to do a half.
I think we can get the VIX futures on the swap feed, unfortunately. So 12:30 my time, basically. We got half an hour until the rate decision.
Yeah, Todd, no, gold should go up in a declining interest rate environment. All right, Jonathan, it's about 1:30. Bring up the MTI report. Let's take a look at it.
All right, under scans, we've got an MTI report. It's already run again today, so we should have a fresh report here. Want to hit the top 20?
Yep.
All right. Tell you what we can do. Now, I don't know all these tickers, but we could throw them into another dashboard and let them dance. Since we do have time here.
Hey, make sure somebody calls Marilyn. She still can't sign up for 25-cent trader, Jonathan. Sorry, Marilyn. I wonder why our salespeople can't call you. Put your phone number in there, Marilyn. They'll call you. We'll make sure somebody calls you. Jonathan, look at Ulta Beauty. I want to look at it on a chart.
There's a daily.
Jonathan, you got Marilyn's number there?
Yes, sure do.
Okay. Look at Ulta, and won't you add Ulta as one of the stocks that we have in our 5 identified? Add that before you go there. Let's look at another one. Look at pizza, PZZA.
All right. Hey, Marilyn, last time you posted your number, it ended in 4. This time you ended in 5. So which one is it? That might be why you hadn't received a call yet. Does your phone number end in 4 or 5? Okay, ends in 4. Okay. Thank you.
Good catch. I didn't catch that. I just caught it was Maryland.
I'm gonna see.
Add Ulta and let's look at pizza, PZZA.
Okay.
Okay, add Ulta and pizza to our, that gives us 7. I like to have 7. Add that to the horse race we'll be watching.
Okay. You know what's nice about this dashboard horse race is if I click on over here, if I click on the swing tab right here, it'll change everything. Well, it'll change the chart to a daily chart, but it'll resort everything based on the weekly open. Get a kind of bigger picture viewpoint here. And you can see there's Ulta and was it Domino's Pizza leading the way?
It changed the buy zones to dailies.
Yes, it does. And you know, the sorting, which if we're on the intraday, the sorting is based off the current reference bar, which we just got a new reference bar, so everything's kind of re-racing now. But if we click it over to the swing, you can see here in the metrics, it states the week open instead of reference bar open. So everything is now sorting on the left based off the week open. And we have Ulta. And
did you add into the lines up above?
say that again. Oh, up here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think that's Domino's Pizza either. I think Domino's Pizza is, well,
Is that Domino's?
I don't know. It might not be. That's Papa John's. That's what that is. Papa John's. Yeah, DPZ is Domino's Pizza. That's right. Thanks, Banjo.
Is that, you got that on? Okay, change it to 30-minute now after looking at that.
All right. Resorting. You got XLK leading the way here.
That is very flexible, isn't it?
Yep.
Folks, I'm way ahead. So it's 1:35 right now. Why don't we come back at 155, Jonathan. Let's take a big break. Let everybody walk around. That sound good to everybody? Put a little clock up there to remind me. I'll be back.
All right. I was talking to Jeff there, Tom. You say 145 or 240? 155.
155. Let's come back 5 minutes to 2.
Okay, 20 minutes. Stay tuned, folks, and come back 20 minutes. Top of the hour, we'll have a rate decision. 30 minutes after that, press conference. And Tom will be looking to trade live. So stick around. All right, Tom, about a minute until the top of the hour. New high on the day, S&P.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes. It's like a half point cut.
They cut a half,
Yep.
57.44.
Yeah.
What bonds do?
Bumped them up a little bit. Up to 26.19.
26.19. Okay. All right, let's look at the horse race. What we got? Anything showing up?
Got a lot of action going on there. Papa John's is shot to the leaderboard here.
There you go. What's that one there?
That's
Pizza?
Papa John's Pizza.
All right, let's go look at a $3 option out the next Friday. Do they got one next Friday, a $3 one?
They got September. They only have monthlies actually on this stock.
Okay, find me a $3 one.
October 18th. You got the 52.5, which is 330, or the 55, which is about $2.
Okay, let me look what I got. Where's the stock price?
Stock's trading at 53.5.
All right, the 52.5 is how much?
About a midpoint of 330 right now.
330, and the stock is where? 53.40. That's your best deal. All right, let me do this real quick. Papa John, it's PZZA,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
52.5, and you got it out to September 18th.
October the 18th, they only have monthlies.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Talk to me. It's 310, 340, right?
Yeah, it's about 330-ish, midpoint or so.
I got 310, 340. Let's try to pay 345 or less on a one lot. Okay, I paid 345. Let's add 25% to that, 345.
429.
What do you got?
Well, 431 is 25 on to 345.
Yeah, okay.
Cents.
Hold on. Trying to find it here. Give me the number I want to sell it at, Jonathan.
429.
Okay, create slow an order, 429. All right. Well, where would I be wrong? Right? I'm gonna sell it at 425, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
Where would I be wrong? What did I pay?
345.
Okay. What's 25% less on that trade?
About 260.
Put my stop in at 245. Folks, the reason I did that is this is not a typical one to use, but the market obviously had an upward bias with the half. They went up. If it passes again and takes out the previous high, then we'll make money on this trade. Notice gold's at 26.11. So it looks to me like that the 0.5% is going to push the market higher. Now it might not stay up, but I think this option we'll be able to use it. Now I didn't use that. I want to go back to the horse race after we get everything set up. So repeat. Bought it at 345, selling it at 425. I want to go look at one of my traditional ones like TLT or something like that. Okay. Let's look at what's the next one up?
XLK is the
Yes.
next stock.
XLK is at the top.
Yeah, that's the next stock on the list of strengths here.
All right. XLK. Okay. Time wise, 206. Gold. How's gold looking? I like gold. Put gold in the chart. Let me look at the chart.
There's GLD.
Yeah, but that's a breakout number there. Let's do a gold trade, okay? GLD. Let's go not this Friday, but next Friday on
September
GLD.
September,
Huh?
September 27th.
Okay, let's find a gold September 27th. Oh, here it is. The 239, Jonathan. It's 281, 299. Let me look at gold. Let's see if we can't buy that at less than 3, okay? And I think I can get it at 295. Yeah, 299. All right, I'm long gold. Just say at $3, okay? Now let's sell gold 25% higher. Let's do it at 359.
Okay.
Let's go.
$220 would be 25% down.
Hold on. I ain't got the order set to take profit. Where do we say 359?
Yes.
Do 355, okay?
355 target. Okay.
All right, now let's look at a stop on gold. Okay. GLD. What's GLD doing here? Okay. GLD. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, that's GLD, Jonathan, right?
We'll do a stop on it.
Set an alert on GLD. I might just hedge it because I think I can make money on it because I think gold's looking pretty good. It's 26.15. Okay.
All right.
So set a stop at the level that would be, I'd have to do something, 25% down.
All right, alert's going at 220 on the option.
Yep, sounds good. Now, folks, if it goes down 220, I'll just sell the 240 and get out of it tomorrow because it looks to me like they're pushing gold higher. It's been down all day. It should go up and test the highs, and the highs are about $30 higher from here, which should make us money. Okay. All right. Now, for my futures people, this is a demonstration of that gold trade. Okay, this is a longer term one, but this is what I'm going to do, Jonathan. Okay, I'm going to go out to 9 days out. Okay,
Which futures you looking
and
at?
I'm going to sell. Let me find the one I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell the 2570. Hold it. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, 2575 for 12. Sell one of these. This is a put I'm selling. Okay. At 12 bucks. This is a trade I've been doing on. I'm going to teach them how to do it in futures, but I'm going to do it right now. We'll call it a Corvette trade. I sold it for 12. I'm going to copy it where I can watch it.
How far out you going? How many days?
9 days. It's 25.75, just filled at 12. I'm going to copy that trade. This is what I do when I'm not doing anything else. So I got in at 12. I'm going to buy it back at 8, either today, tomorrow, or the next day. This is sort of I guess you'd call it the Model T. Okay. Okay.
They got the rate decision off the board now in about, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 20 minutes, and then we'll hear him talk. All right, Jonathan, let's take a 10-minute break and come back.
Okay, 10 minutes.
Hey, if anybody sold that put on gold, I've got an order to buy it back at 8.5. It's currently 10.5. If I sold it for 12 and bought it back at 8.5 on that put I sold, then I would make 350 bucks. Okay. And, but anyway, and somebody said, are you really selling a naked put? Yeah. But yes, I did because I've been doing this trade. I'm going to teach it to my futures people, but I wanted to demonstrate it as a Corvette trade right here. Somebody said, well, but that puts me, it's actually buying gold. If you think about it, I'll obligated myself to buy gold at 25.75 minus 12 would be 25.65. I'm willing to take that risk, and I've found the right parameters on gold to do this. So I'll be teaching this next week in our futures class. Come on, you got to love it, futures people.
All right, Tom Powell's speaking now.
All right, folks. I know that I threw something at you I shouldn't have, but I did anyway, just because it's Fed Day and I hadn't done it in a long time. I sold a put on gold futures and I sold it for 12 bucks. That's $1,200 I brought into the account. It obligated me to do what? I'm obligated to buy gold futures if it goes below 375, but I got 12 bucks, which puts me at 363. Well, I didn't think it was going to go down. I didn't think I was going to have it put to me. I thought it was going to go up. So I sold it at 12. It's currently $8.90. I've got an order to buy it back at $8.60, which 8 to 12 is for about 350 bucks on gold futures. If you're in my futures training next week, I'll show you all the background why I did it. I just want to show you the power of that trade. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I bought a gold option, right, Jonathan? I bought a gold option. Expires September 27th. I bought the 239 strike, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Where's it currently trading?
I got it at 330 to 335.
And we're trying to sell it at 3 what?
55.
Okay. All right. If you look, gold is 26, 27. So we'll just see what's happening here. But let's go. Pizza's holding in there. So that's a little bit longer term. But I read the market for going back up after the initial thrust. It has to take out the high of the day to continue higher. The high of the day for the E-mini is what, Jonathan? 57 what?
57,
57,
55.
55, right?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna get out of the gold and make a couple $100 and come back in later tonight, probably. I'm gonna pay 11, so I'll make $100. I'm out of that. I'm flat the gold futures now. I made $100. I might resell it later on in the day. I don't like the fact that Powell is saying something. I got to evaluate that, but the market itself is still bullish. Okay, on the gold. I just took the profit. Okay, that's on the gold futures. It'll probably eventually go to 8, but I'll get it tonight too. I can trade that 24 hours. So I just wanted to do it while I was with you. Okay, Jonathan, what do we have next on the agenda? Powell to quit talking?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Which,
Huh?
see you in 45 minutes. We'll see how long it takes.
No, how long is okay? It's 2:38. When's
No telling when he'll
he
finish.
just started, right?
He pretty much just started. Yep.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I've been going pretty fast here myself. He's taking questions. Thanks for updating me. That's what I was wanting to know. Where was he at in this program? Don, I haven't put a trade on a 25-cent trader. I won't put it on until the last 30 minutes of the day, okay? No, on gold, don't do anything yet on the GLD. I got out of the futures because I'm gonna resell the futures later on. Okay. Will, we rolled that to Friday, didn't we, Jonathan?
The spies, yes, we did. Same strikes, but now September 20th expiration.
Let's take a 5-minute break. All right, Jonathan, pizza's still up near the top. Gold's still up near the top. The market is very, it comes down. Put the mini, you got the mini up there, Jonathan?
Yeah, this is the E-mini. Yep.
Okay. So if you look at it, it's really had a sideways bar after making the high. What's the high of the red bar and the low of the red bar?
The high of 57.38, low of 57.02.
Why don't you draw a line where everybody can see it? 5,700 was my pivot number. Okay. When we break out there, if we break out above 38, then they'll push it towards the 55. The one thing positive is we did come down, but we didn't go as lower than that news bar, which is 56.90. Showing the 56.90, that low, Jonathan. You don't have to draw a line there, but just show it to him if you want to. You can draw a line if you want to, I guess. Everybody see that line there? That's your sort of line in the sand. You start getting below that, then they'll start selling everything off. Okay. Now, that's the mini. Let's put pizza in there. Take a look at pizza. What's the high of pizza? That 53, that red bar, what is it?
53.32.
All right, draw a line there.
Low 52.83.
Okay. Yes, you should, John, sell the call against GLD. You should sell that call. Jonathan, tell him which strike it'd be and
Same expiration September 27th, the 240 call. Already long the 239.
sell the 240 call. You can put gold in there and we'll look and see why. Gold's got a higher high and it's got a higher low, but just because it doesn't hurt us to sell it, we'll just sell it, okay? And let things stable. Powell is talking and market's really not digging what he's got to say. We got to get him off the board before we know really what to do. But I don't mind having it sold anyway. All right, in recap, we did a gold futures. I took a small profit on that. I'm in GLD with the spread. I'm in pizza with the spread. No, I got pizza. Did I got pizza outright?
Yeah, pizza's outright right now.
Yeah, pizza's outright. I mean, how much longer you think this guy can go, Jonathan?
I wouldn't expect more than, well, who knows, but maybe 2 or 3 more questions. He's been answering questions here for a while now.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do something here. Let's go and draw a let's give him another 5 minutes, Jonathan. Put another look. Guys, I like what I like to do. This hides my screen, and what this does in this 5 minutes, I can go study things. Okay, get up to speed. Things are moving pretty fast. So I'll be back in 4.5 minutes.
All right, pal, still talking. Let's go another 5 minutes and we'll be back.
All right, folks, market's broken the 90 number. It's 87. Jonathan, draw that line at 90. Let me look at the time. It's 3:05, right? And he's still talking.
Yep.
You can't make a judgment. I can't do anything until he quits talking. Okay? Everybody understands when he's talking, you better off keeping your hands off the mouse. Write that down. John, let's go through the slide we put together, and then we'll take a final break. In this break, folks, we'll put up a slide. All right, let me summarize today. I established 5 stocks to follow during the Fed. I did that early this morning. Berkshire, TLT, GLD, XLK, and QQQ. I used the MTI report inside the roadmap to find Pizza and Ulta. Ulta didn't look right. I went with Pizza as our strongest rep. I got into gold and gold future options. The gold futures options was just a classic setup. I covered for about $140 profit. GLD, I spreaded it because of the reversal of the general market. Okay. I just spread it. I can always get out of it later. I ain't worried about that. I got time. I'm still outright long Pizza. So what's next? At 3:30 to 4, I'm going to put on a 25-cent trade. Okay. The Fed news bar created today gave us a blueprint for what's next. If it closes below 56.90, then that's going to tell us where we're going down. Okay. And we can make a play there. Those 2 numbers really define our world for the next 72 hours. We're in the final hour of the market. The next trade's up 25. Remember, at all times, control your risks and look for opportunity. That's what I've been doing. And I'll tell you right now that the market itself is shaky as long as this man's talking. That's all I can tell you. So, okay. If you will, do me a favor, Jonathan, put a thing up, and we'll come back. And when we come back before 3:30, 3:20.
Okay. 11 minutes.
It doesn't have your name there. That says, I believe I must be missing the setup format. Please send me a sample. Put your name and email, and Jonathan will do that for you. Okay. But what's your name? He comes in and I don't see your name. Dave, the targets on Fine Time for a Dime is 12 and 14. Oh, Maryland. Okay, it didn't come in. Maryland, send him an email, row@DTI Trader. He'll spend a little time where you get you going, okay? Jonathan, are you here?
Yes, I am.
What do you want Maryland to do? You gonna let her contact you, or is she gonna contact you?
Since we're live, Marilyn, if you would just send me an email, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, let's open it up, Jonathan, for any questions and wrap it up. I think we've done everything. I'm sure everybody needs the time to review the tapes and all that and just see, but I think that
You need to leave your stop.
I can't hear you.
You're just gonna leave your
Huh?
stop. Are you just gonna leave your stop working on pizza?
Well, we're going to review everything. Once you tell me it's time, I knew you were doing some stuff. You got targets on the Fine Time for a Dime?
I do need to send that out.
He's sending it out, Christine. I'd put it in at 12 and 14, good to cancel. While he's doing that, let me just give you some things here. The NASDAQ is unchanged for today. The NASDAQ, the E-mini is up. It's basically unchanged. Your E-mini and NASDAQ are unchanged. So what does that mean? What do you think that means? With a half a percent rate cut, I think the market was fine as long until he started opening his mouth. That's what I think. Okay. And Donna's right, it's priced in, but I think it was fine digesting that. So you can't get overly bearish or overly bullish until it breaks on a closing basis 56.90 to the downside or 57.55 to the upside. But it acts like that buyers are stepping in down at support. That's what it acts like. I mean, we're back at 57.07. I don't know. But he clearly, whatever he did, I couldn't listen to it because I was doing all this, but whatever he did, I don't think it was juicy at best. You know what I'm saying? All right, we started today at noon. We've done a lot. Does anybody got anything else they want to talk about? I'm about talked out personally. All right, Jonathan, let's go look at pizza and see if we want to spread it up $3 up or something like that. Where's pizza?
52.96.
What's the high of pizza?
53.73.
Okay, and the low?
The news low was 52.42.
All right, why don't we do this? What, Jonathan, what strike do we have?
On pizza, it's the 52.5 call. They're 2.5 wide, so the next strike up is 55.
What's the 55 going for?
55 right now is going for, it's $1.80 by 205, so $1.90 to $1.95, somewhere around there.
And we bought the other one at what price?
345, I believe. Double check. Yeah, 345 entry.
All right, here's what we ought to do. We ought to sell the 55 call for $2 or higher, and that'd give us a net how much in, Jonathan?
$1.45.
Let's do that. You want to repeat what I just said where they can hear me, hear you?
We're long the October 18th, PZZA. 52.5 call. Now we're trying to sell the October 18th 55 call for $2 or higher. They tightened up the spread on it. It's currently $1.80 to $1.95.
You put that spread in TNT, and that way we'll keep up with it that way.
What's that, Tom?
Put that spread in TNT and we'll keep up with it that way for people that want us to give them help on it. 'Cause we don't have Fed Day every day.
No, we don't. And you need to get it hedged before the end of the day. You got 30 minutes, but see if you can get filled at $2 or higher.
Yeah, but you could, if you're not, you know what I mean? You could put it in there and that way we'll keep up with it. Okay?
I'm typing
Right?
that.
That way I can make an adjustment. If, you know, like for example, starts going higher tomorrow, takes out that high and cover short and do it. Christine wants you to go over the goal spread, what we did.
All right, Christine, give me a few minutes and we'll be right there.
You need to answer those questions for him, Jonathan, when you get time. Just take your time. I'm just tired of talking myself.
Well, you've been talking for almost 4
4
hours.
hours.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think I'm getting a sore throat because of it. Other thing you ought to do, Jonathan, is tell them about the deal that we got running in TNT if they're not in there.
Another few minutes, I'll get to your questions. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, no fill at $2 yet on that pizza call, but and most important thing, get it hedged before the close. You got 27 minutes. Let me scroll up, try to start these questions from the beginning here. Rob, the future session this morning, you got my email. If you need the recording from that, just shoot me an email. The GLD spread should be, if you took the trades today, it should be long at 239 call and short at 240 call for September 27th. All right. Kind of spread the trade when gold started pulling back from its highs there, especially when we started making new lows off the news, right? What that does, it gives us time to let the gold market digest some of this talk from Powell today. We do have a little bit of time, not a lot of time, only 9 days, but if they can digest the Powell talk, find their footing, and start trading back up in the next few days, time will take that short call off and go back outright long, most likely. The PZZH rate expiration was October 18th. That's got another month, 30 days. The close should be in the 52.5, 55. You might have to lower that $2 limit to $1.80 or so. Depends on what pizza does rest of the day. Watch the S&P. Where are we at? 5,700. 5,700 is Tom's pivot. If we get below Tom's pivot, get back below this news low 56.90. Probably best to go ahead and hedge up pizza at that time. But we're trying to bounce off 5,700 right now again, which they've been doing so for the better part of, half hour. See what the rest of the day brings here. But if we start breaking down, best to just go ahead and sell it. Got some bond trades on. Bonds need to find their footing as well. Just like the rest of the market here. The LT trade from options on the go is holding our short strike, so there's nothing we need to do about that for now. That's an options on the go. It doesn't expire till next Friday. TMF is a TNT position. I already took profit on half of that position. The other half still open, is down some. We need bonds to firm up, obviously, for that. But probably shouldn't make any, decisions right now. Let's let the market settle down some.
All right, Jonathan, have you answered everybody's questions?
I believe so.
My suspicion is that the sell-off was backstopped down there at support 56.90, 56.85. The week open was 56.85. So I think that tomorrow we'll get a clearer picture after the dust settles, maybe tonight, but I think the half point would have been fine if he hadn't talked. And that's where things started deteriorating. And I got to look at what he said because I couldn't hear anything he said. But the market, think about it this way: it opened the week at 56.85. We're 57.05. Today is Wednesday. Okay. Now, Jonathan, we got that special running on TNT. You want to put it out there for everybody if anybody wants it?
Yeah, let's see. We covered that yesterday, I take it, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. We had a special running on my TNT, and people seem to like it.
Let me find those slides. We'll bring them up.
Way to go, Frank. You did better than I did. Frank made a profit. He took it up there on that gold trade. Way to go. Great job. I didn't. I was too busy doing this stuff. But gold will be back. It always does that. It ran up, came down. They'll start buying it again. All right, so what we did, we set up TNT. That's my T-Buzz talking trade. And the reason I put all these trades in TNT because I can update you as it goes forward. But here's the deal. If you join TNT right now, okay, you can stay to the end of October and I'll give you money back if we don't do well. And you might put the link in there, Jonathan, how they join. There it is. Just go to dtitrader.com. There it is right there. And then, of course, 904-416-1776. Any other slides, or you just put the one slide?
Yeah, that's kind of this is the only slide here.
All right, I'll be back at 8 tonight. Things can settle down and we'll see what to do from there. But it was quite a dramatic day. Market surged after the announcement, went up to 57.55, made a new high. We never made a new low. If you look at today, yesterday's low, I want to do this before I wrap up, but take this offer on TNT and I'll be back in there probably later on this evening. But it's 3:41 right now. Jonathan, given 5 minutes, we'll come back and do the final wrap up. But what I want to show him is the E-mini, what it's telling us when I'm looking at it right now. So let's give it another 5 minutes to do that. Any questions about joining TNT? If anybody's got any questions, how that works. We didn't go through all the details at all in Bob, but there it is.
Yeah, Pete, that's the slides from Fed Day in the chat. Here's the slides from yesterday's flash meeting. You want to have a look through those? Okay, yes, right side, 25-cent trader has been sent via email. Sure has. Check your email, check your member site. All the information is posted there. Reminder, if you took the PZZA trade, make sure you turn it into a spread before the close by selling the next strike up 55. And you should be doing so now because S&P is breaking down if you haven't already. If you did a GLD trade, 239 call, make sure you sell the next strike up 240 call if you haven't already. Newbor, at the time that it was sold, at the time we hedged GLD, the option was up at $1.75 or higher.
Yeah, let's talk about the gold trade, okay? Gold, if you remember, I said if it hits that, we set a price target, not to put a stop in on gold, but we put a price target. If it hit it, we were going to spread it. Y'all remember me saying that? Does everybody remember me saying that on the gold trade? I wanted to stay long gold. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. And so if you put a stop into the market, you're going to be out of the trade. I didn't want to do that. But I knew I had to hedge it if it dropped. That was my intentions. Okay, Jonathan, we're at 56.83. Put a line at 56.85. That's the weekly open right there, 56.85. The high of 57.55 to 56. 90, I believe, was circle that bar where they can see the bar I'm talking about. That's the most important bar on the day. That green bar right there. That's the news bar. That's going to direct trading. Okay. So my plans are, see how it goes tonight, but my suspicions are the way they keep bouncing it back off the support, and we didn't make a new low. Yesterday, do a daily real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Draw yesterday's low in there and let them see yesterday's low. What's the number, Jonathan? Can you tell everybody the number?
56.77.
56.77 was yesterday's low. This is known as a test of yesterday's low, okay? That's it. And we're at 76 right now. We just made it. So that killed that, didn't it? What's that previous low? Go through the lows coming up for the rally.
Monday's low, so the weekly low is 56.69.
Okay. So 69. What they did, they went through yesterday's low. That really throws the market in jeopardy when it does that. But 69 is your next low. Okay. And then what's that low on that green bar there?
Friday's low was 56.58.
Alan says he has this goal because he was paying attention. This is great what he did a little earlier and got a 280 credit. His net cost was zero. His entry, he's up $77 on a trade. He doesn't care what it does. Alan, I'm giving you trader of the day. Great job. I would have done that if I wasn't doing this. I've taught you well. I've taught you well. Let's all give Alan a hand. That's the best thing I've seen all day. Thank you, Alan, for sharing that with everybody. Now I'm going to do another gold trade tonight if it sets up that same strategy. It might be a different strike price, but I might do another gold trade tonight. All right, folks. Thank you. Let's wrap it up. It's been a long day. See y'all on the flip side. Goodbye.